Geek Card presents Back Issue Bloodbath with your hosts, Andrew Young and Petula Neal.
What if the unfriendly black hotties from the high school cafeteria all lived together and had superpowers? Come on, y'all. We know they don't all get to live at Avengers Tower with Tony and the gang. Welcome to Back Issue Bloodbath. I'm Petula Neal.
And I'm Andrew Young.
And I got to do the cold open.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It's very exciting, listener. I mean, the whole unfriendly black hotties, and I literally don't even remember which teen movie that's from. I don't think it was.
Oh, from Mean Girls. Yeah, because it's the cafeteria explanation of what's going on there.
Yeah.
So this week we're looking at a comic that made your best comics of 2020 list.
Yeah. Stumbled across this one because of all things Twitter.
Crazy.
It's not just for banning people anymore. So I was following this woman and I realized it was because I'd read some of her things on sci-fi. And then I started seeing snippets and I didn't know if this was like a real thing or if it was just sort of one-off art that was, so many people post images of like funny art or kind of fan takes. And it's, they've just ripped it off DeviantArt or Pinterest or something else.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you click through and it's like, oh, there's a whole page and panel here. And oh, there's a Kickstarter. Oh, this woman is selling a whole comic. And, bought it and loved it. Thought it was hilarious. And then found out instead of getting a cease and desist from Marvel, instead, Stephanie Williams will be participating in the Black History Month for Marvel Voices, and we'll be doing a lighthearted story on Monica Rambeau. So,
which is fitting because lighthearted stories about Monica Rambeau are basically part of Living Heroes. So.
Exactly, yeah. And Monica Rambeau's on a real come up right now because people are seeing her in the trailer as well for WandaVision. So there's more awareness around that character. I mean, we were all excited during Captain Marvel to have the possibility of certain characters maybe appear in future films or in TV shows or whatever. But getting to see more of Monica Rambeau in comics and on TV and Disney Plus, it's a great time. It's a great time for Rambeau fans.
No, definitely. Monica Rambeau is getting the attention, which is very cool. So this whole series of comics and everything started with Stephanie's webcomic, But What If Though, which I think is great as a title. Of course, taking from What If, but adding, a little bit of attitude to it. But what if though? Come on.
And I've always wondered, like, where do the other, maybe we don't have a dedicated year-round series or multiple series of titles characters live? Like, where do they go? Was there, servants' quarters on Avengers Tower? No, they just, live somewhere in Brooklyn together, like maybe a few streets down from the former Cosby House. Who knows? Maybe they just took over the Cosby House, burnt some sage, and got Moon Knight to do a few chants. And being roommates with Storm during a heat wave when she's just using her powers on herself because she's selfish like that. I mean, I laugh all the way throughout this book, but just like, shady Storm with her hair sort of floating around her as everybody else is just sweating bullets. She's like, yeah, my powers on myself.
Yeah, no, totally. No, it's really good stuff. And so the whole thing was she did like the first page of this story in the But What If Though webcomic. And that got more attention than any of her other webcomics from that, any other strips. And so she thought, I should totally try to make this like a 24-page comic. Of course, O'Neill Jones is the artist on that. And O'Neill Jones has like this perfect level of like, you're going to have a fun read. Like I really don't think maybe O'Neill Jones would be capable of doing a dark type story, but their artwork works great for comedy.
Yeah. And Christina Pogue's coloring, especially when, there's a difference between panels where they're just chit-chatting around the apartment and where you see some exhibition of powers, that I really liked. It's like very clean, a lot of sharp edges, but the girl's just having potluck versus Storm's eyes starting to glow, just like really clean work there that really pops in what is like essentially a fan comic.
Yeah, totally. Now with the first page ever created for it, the opening joke for me as a longtime Marvel fan popped me. That is, of course, Misty Knight showing up at Aurora's and Monica's apartment because she's moving in with them. And her first thing is they're like, we told you not to move in with Jean Grey again. She's like, I didn't think she was going to die again. And it's funny because, like, again, you've got a bunch of great jokes at Gene's expense there, but on top of that, longtime Marvel fans will know that Chris Claremont had written in both Power Man and Iron Fist and in some issues of the X-Men that Jean Grey, when she left the X-Men, moved into an apartment with Misty Knight. In fact, in one of the last issues of Iron Fist, the X-Men trashed Misty's apartment during a party because they got into a fight. Danny Rand had thought that the X-Men had broken into Misty's home. So it was a fun little like Easter egg there to be like, yeah, no, she did definitely live with Jean Grey for a bit. So that was kind of cool. And that there's tons of Easter eggs like this peppered throughout. Like if you look at freaking Storm's love life here, T'Challa is the one that's always getting away. Forge is her backup. And if she's feeling a little bit more adventurous, she's got Yukio showing up. So again, playing into all of Storm's history with different relations.
Her jump off and her side piece all represented. Yeah. I just like her referring to Professor X when she mentions Charles's bald-headed ass popping up to invade her privacy whenever she tries to go get her hair done. The joke density in this it's high.
Oh yeah, we're talking like
banger after banger.
There's like multiple jokes per panel. Like not even just per page, per panel.
And I know when I brought this one up, you were like, okay, a fan comic. But I was like, no,
yeah,
it brought me so much joy at that tail end of 2020. That was, come on, y'all, it was rough.
Yeah, well, you did definitely, when you told me about it, you did tell me Stephanie's credentials as well. So it wasn't a fan, it's a professional who decided to do a fan comic. It wasn't like somebody just off the street doing their first web comic or whatever. This is somebody who's been writing on a number of different mediums for years. And she actually even said in her Kickstarter thing that this is her specific brand of humor. If Adult Swim ever gave her a budget to create her own show, this is the show she would make. Comic book heroes and sci-fi heroes and things like that, all interacting in a much more natural environment, basically taking the mundane and adding the supernatural to it. Now, when Living Single was originally on it was the early 90s, correct? Like 91 to 94 or something like that?
Yeah, it overlapped. And allegedly, and when I say allegedly, I believe former studio executives actually confirmed this, that when the Friends was based on the concept of Living Single, except their budget was 10x the size of the budget for Living Single.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. Because Living Single originally aired on Fox, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it airing on Fox. I watched maybe like, I'd say a dozen episodes over the time that it was on. You yourself, did you watch each of the seasons?
I think I watched all the way up to the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to taking the energy of that show and putting it into this comic, do you think that Stephanie really captured the Living Single experience?
Definitely. And really, for readers, if you want to check this out, just think of Friends. So you really have like your apartment with the girls, and then you have your guys across the way. Very similar. So you can just replace the characters instead of Living Single characters with Friends characters. So you have sort of your more flaky fun one, your more kind of grown up business one, you're like, it's all there. But then layer again on top of that, one of the guys across the hall is actually Falcon in this.
Yeah.
So if you come in with the knowledge of Living Single, there's like a couple more jokes, but it's almost interchangeable with that kind of Friends energy. Like you have that person that comes over, you have in this one, Jessica Jones brings some very questionable potato salad, and that's a straight up joke off of Black Jeopardy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Is it Black Jeopardy? It was the Chadwick Boseman appearance on SNL with the whole Karen and the potato salad.
Oh, I didn't see it. But
yeah,
I got to say, that is a very suspect potato salad. Yeah, I would not. When I heard
Olives?
what was in it, olives and raisins. I'm like, no. You do not put either of those things in a potato salad. That's just wrong.
Right. But of course Jessica gets to come over because she's coming over with Luke.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. There's really something for everyone. Even if you're just like a Marvel TV show fan, you'll probably get half of the jokes. Because again, like Misty complains about trying to go get her spray so her braids aren't so itchy, but then Colleen popped up. Like it's layers on layers on layers, which is why the joke density is high. If you've never even watched Living Single, it's higher if you've watched Living Single and have watched all of the Marvel TV and have some passing knowledge of these characters. But if you're all in on all of the areas, you barely have a moment to breathe. And then on top of it, there's just elements of Black culture, including all the ladies getting their bonnets on for bedtime and being like, listen,
Right.
once this bonnet's on, I'm not leaving the house.
Yeah.
So, if anything pops off, Spider-Man's nosy ass can handle it.
Well, that's the thing. I've really found it interesting how she deep dives into commentary on the Black experience in the Marvel universe. So, the fact that, oh crap, is Blade in town?
Oh no.
Anytime it's involving vampires and magic, they think that we all got to go out for it. And
Yeah. It's like you only need Moon Knight or Blade. Yeah. Depending on.
Although I found it weird that they dropped Moon Knight and they dropped Blade's name, and Moon Knight's a white guy. And yet Brother Voodoo shows up. None of them ever call him by name. He's just like, there he is. It's like, I feel like Brother Voodoo did not get the respect he deserved from the rest of them.
Well, I hope she keeps writing these. Like legally, now that she's directly working with Marvel, I don't know if she will, but I would love to see a follow-on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. That'd be great. The other thing I enjoyed was the drop. And it's totally true, because it's like, when you think about it, yeah, it's kind of bullshit. It's like only one Black hero, unless T'Challa's in town or it's Black History Month.
Exactly. Yeah. The Squad books that I think we talk about, or did I just go down one of my rabbit holes when we were doing the Ta-Nehisi Coates stuff previously? Yeah, like you have it's T'Challa and all of these other people that you don't normally see all together in like a book or a segment of a book, and then they all go back to their own teams.
Yeah, well, it's like there's one line that Falcon mentions that it's like, the people just expect to see us at a barbershop or a funeral together. And my mind immediately went to one of the last Sam Wilson Captain America issues, where all the Black heroes are together because it's a funeral for James Rhodey Rhodes. And I'm like, yeah, that's always their thing. If they're going to put the Black heroes together, it's usually always when somebody's dead.
And visually, the panels are just as loaded as the joke density. So you have She-Hulk brushing her teeth. One of the other roommates comes in wearing her "I'm the Captain Now" hoodie, where the O in now is a Captain America shield. There's even good merch in here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is.
Dude, I would buy this sweatshirt if it exists.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good stuff. No, yeah, that was the interesting thing for me, was the inclusion of Jennifer Walters in the group. In fact, they even say at one point, they forget that she's a colored white girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing, it's sort of like, yeah, the She-Hulk would definitely stand out in this group and not get it. So the way they played with that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, because she's othered. So she's a woman of color, literally, but she's not Black. And they show this is the difference. She's green, so she still gets to be a lawyer and a hero and has her own place. She just always comes over and eats their food because she knows their food is better. And here's the difference now. After 2020, you have to have at least 2 Black friends for it to count and be able to say, I have a Black friend. So she's covered. I don't know about the rest of Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
But she hulks down.
Cap knows T'Challa and Sam. So there we go. And Monica. So there we go. Cap's okay.
Yeah, and Rhodey. Well, Cap's Cap, right? Yeah.
I feel like this is going to venture into a Chris Evans sort of situation.
I'm sorry, Chris Jamal Evans. Yeah. Chris Jamal Evans and Cap. Very similar in who they would hang out with.
Right.
And the type of ladies they'd want to pick up at the club. If anything, that would be great for the sequel. If you could have like a version of that video clip that circulated a few years back of Chris Evans just picking up a very attractive Black woman just outside a club or an event. And the swagger is just chef's kiss. Yeah. So that would be great.
I remember I did not see that clip until you showed it to me. And the main thing that people marvel at from that is the measured level of interest, but respect the entire time.
Yeah. But definitely he was bringing that Chris Jamal Evans energy to that pickup. Yeah, that would be a great addition for the follow-up. And, you get to see who's down. So the potluck, Danny's there. You have a few earlier Heroes for Hire mentions, including the abandoned building. And of course, Colleen's there and Jessica. Yeah. So it does show, it's like, right. It's the same experience we had when we were watching the Marvel TV show, because Luke Cage came, was he last or was it Iron Fist?
The last person to show up was Iron Fist. Yeah.
But through each one of the shows, there was like, 1 or 2 Black people and Turk everywhere.
Yeah, Turk was
And-
your carry through all of it. Yeah.
But then by the time you got to Luke Cage, it's like, oh, the black lawyer from this one, like, or the assistant DA. All of a sudden you see him on Luke Cage. And of course you see Turk and whatever. It's like they collected literally all of the black characters from all the other Marvel TV shows, all the other Defender shows, and everybody got to be together. It's like that.
Living Single, you know, if you watch the show, of course, you're going to get extra jokes in the thing. Like, again, my limited knowledge of Living Single, I still got a number of the jokes and could tell who was who sort of thing in the situation. Of course, they do actually put the character names at the bottom, basically letting you know which comic character and which Living Single character are paired together, which I thought was pretty good. But yeah, even if you don't know anything about Living Single, this is a really fun read. And like, hell, there might be some fans that don't know anything about Living Single at all, but, you know the Marvel Universe. And there's a shit ton of jokes for you as well. So yeah, this is a fun read.
Yeah. My only frustration when I got to the end is that I wanted more, especially because they end with that panel of other characters from the sort of Stevie's beauty salon. So when you go, and I'm sure your people's, salons have the same thing, but you go up and they have pictures of like famous people or like sort of different hairstyle looks in the window often or on the walls. So yeah, I think the Bishop Jerry Crow look is the one that just, I thought I was finished laughing and then I got to that and it took me out for another minute. Yeah. And it's just perfect because you have like that sort of M scarring around the eye and the popped collar. It's like a very Soul Glow Coming to America look on Bishop. And you're like, why has this not happened before? Yeah, so good.
Yeah, no, it is great stuff. And as we mentioned, the artwork by O'Neill Jones is just so much fun. It looks great. The colors by Pogue pop it. I really hope that O'Neill Jones gets to tag along with Stephanie Williams on that Monica Rambeau story, because that would actually be a lot of fun.
I'd actually love it if they brought in an O'Neill Jones as like a consultant for any of the comics of color to do their hair now. Like to
right,
draw
yeah,
their hair.
yeah, because that's probably the
Shuri
most
hair,
detailed. Yeah.
Oh my God, the Shuri hair in this is amazing. Again, we finished strong with the Wind Rider, as they call her, on this last panel with the high pony, which just so good. But yeah, the different looks, O'Neill Jones definitely should be brought in to just do a remake of the entire like Marvel of Color universe.
Yeah, no, totally, definitely. So yeah, this is definitely worth checking out. Now, again, the book was a Kickstarter, so I don't know if it's readily available.
You can buy it off of Stephanie's Ko-fi.com site. So just Google Stephanie Williams Living Heroes and there's a Ko-fi site and she has the merch. You can get the digital book, you can get the physical. That one takes a while to ship. She had some shipping challenges around holiday time 2020. There's a sticker pack that will include the shot of Deadpool sort of looking aghast it's a throwaway court sequence with Namor, and you have Deadpool in the back sort of hand to the chest clutching pearls like Diane on Blackish. And you can also order the enamel pin of I'm the Captain Now.
Ah, there you go. Fantastic. And so that's Ko-fi.com?
Yeah, ko-fi.com. And you can just search for Stephanie Williams and you'll find those items in her Ko-fi shop.
So ko-fi.com
and search for Stephanie Williams. She's a PH.
Again, this was a lot of fun and the characters were great. And I look forward to seeing more from Stephanie Williams. And now that she is getting a shot at Marvel, we'll probably see a lot more of her. Definitely. Yeah. So definitely check that out. We've come to the end of another episode of Back Issue Bloodbath. Where can people find you, Petula?
At inativ.com, on Twitter at Obesacantavit, OBESACANTAVIT, and here with you.
And of course, you can find everything I do at geekardshow.com. Follow me on Twitter at geekard. Follow this show on Facebook at Back Issue Bloodbath. We look forward to hearing from you folks. Just send us an email at geekardshow@gmail.com with Back Issue Bloodbath in the subject line. Let us know what you want us to do on upcoming episodes or what you think about different characters or whatever. We just want to hear from you. So definitely drop us a line. This has been Back Issue Bloodbath. I've been Andrew Young.
I've been Petula Neal.
Have yourself a good